when it's rush hour and you want to get home, but someone is ruining your day, how can you safely handle the situation? Well, we aren't really talking about road rage today, but we are talking about poor drivers and poor decisions. Hello, I'm Jane Ubel, and this is episode 16 of Throwing Your Parents Under the Bus. With me today is, of course, veteran crash investigator and driver safety expert Mike Pehl, and of course, our social media expert and keeper of our student enrichments, Natasha Johnson. Natasha, can you start us off today?
Oh, yes, I can. This topic is coming from an encounter that I recently had. The other day, I was attempting to turn right into traffic and it was bumper to bumper. There were a few drivers that were trying to let me in. However, as I was inching out to find the clearing, there was a car that I would assume should have lined up behind me to patiently wait their turn, but they instead pulled up on the left side of me, which blocked my entire way of getting out. I'm not going to tell you the maneuver that I chose, but what should I have done?
Wow. I hope the maneuver that you aren't going to tell us was not a hand gesture. But, okay, so let's just go back to this, okay? This is the driver's manual. I don't care what state you're in, you have a driver's manual. And I'm going to say it reads kind of the same thing. And let's just go. So for all my students out there, you hear me talk a lot that this book is just the basics. But why do we have this book? Because real life situations, and that's what we teach in our classrooms. It's real life. I mean, you can be the smartest book smart person there is out there, but when you get out on the street and this kind of stuff is happening, now you really need to become street smart. How are you smarter than that other driver who is trying to make you crash and burn for that day? We'll just use that term, but I'm just going to read you this on changing lanes, okay? Because I have fun with this stuff. So changing lane, this is in the Department of Public Safety's driver's manual. It is often necessary to change lanes in order to make a turn. Merge with other traffic. They make it look like you can just, it's done. Or to perform other driving activities. Lane changes can be dangerous and must be done with caution. Make sure you have safe clearance to the side, behind, and the head of your vehicle. Before moving into another lane, make sure you turn your head in the direction you're turning and are moving and check for other vehicles. If you rely on only your mirrors, you may not see vehicles in certain positions called blind spots. So, Natasha, what did that tell you about your maneuver? Zero. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, not much.
It says nothing. They make it sound like there's never going to be any cars around you. Okay. So anyway, when I heard that, that's immediately what I thought. Because same thing with head-ons and T-bones, and they talk like they don't happen, and you can avoid them and da 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 da. But anyway, so in answer to your question is, it is so frustrating for us drivers that do things right, that when we are making a right turn, okay, a right turn, and what is the rule on stopping? If you're stopping at a stop sign, red light, whatever, you stop behind the sign, crosswalk, sidewalk, white line, what is the farthest back. A person going, in your situation, a person going straight or making a left has no reason to inch up to block you. They have no reason to do that. Because why? You're here to take the right. And of course, they should be back here where you can certainly see your avenues. Instead, what do? They like this, and now you can't see nothing. So I can't tell you enough. We do not, when somebody waves you on, guys, that does not mean you have the right of way. All right. And that person's waving you on based on what they see. Okay, you can't see a thing. All right. So Natasha did say what, because I asked her, we knew we were going to do this. I said, so what did you do? And she said, I slowly inch forward. Remember my old saying, give people a reason to miss you and they'll miss you. Don't dart in front of them. That's when you get hit. But by inching out slowly, you give that person to honk the horn, right? not going to like it, but you give that person that right. That person could change lanes, or, there's so many things they can do when you give people a reason to get out of it. And what does it not do? Or what does it do best for us is it doesn't create the road rage. So I know it takes time, and I know there's might be time that this might not be your maneuver, but I've done this personally myself, is based on traffic. Sometimes if I don't get into a lane I'm supposed to be into, I go up to the next street, I do a left U-turn and come back around, and it's another 5, 8, 9 minutes. But guess what? If you crash the car, you're looking at 2 to 5 hours. That's kind of how I look at it. In the moment, it's always, we get so tense on driving. We're in the moment, and I gotta. But really, do you gotta? So just think safe, guys. Think safe. If you cannot see, do not pull in front of somebody. Just don't do it. And no matter, just remember, when you're in a situation and it's really congested like that, there's probably 30 eyes that really are watching you. And you always get that one person that goes, come on, you can make it, you can make it. Well, they're not judging the speed of the car coming up. Hurry up. Oh, no, don't go anymore. It's too late. You've already taken their motion to shoot in front of somebody, and then the crash is going to happen. And guess what? They're going to go on with their day. They're leaving. They're not going to stop and say, oh, geez, I waved you on. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Or you didn't listen quite the way I wanted you to do it. So be careful with that stuff. And yeah, Natasha, aren't we glad we don't encounter that every day of our life? Because we quit driving, right?
That's right.
So for you young people, like I say, you got to be smart, be cautious. And no matter how much the people behind you are honking, let's go, let's go, let's go. Don't let somebody else force you in to a disaster. Let your instincts, our human instinct usually does the right thing when we stop and just let it. Mm-hmm. Almost always, when you ever look at the situation or you go back and reevaluate something, you kind of said, geez, that would have been so simple to do that, So anyway, that's my advice. Don't ever be in a hurry. Brake is your friend, gas is your enemy, especially in those situations. And I'm glad you're okay. And you did it your way.
That's right.
There's a song about that. And I did it my way.
That's right. That's right. Now, what happened to the car that was right next to you? Did he go left or did he go right?
Well, we all had to go right. It was a one way.
So he wanted to go in the far lane.
He was going to go right behind me.
Oh.
So he just ended up going when I went. I don't know. I mean, there were no accidents.
But that would have been so close. That's so close.
Yeah.
On your tail. That would have been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
People that are in a hurry to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Nowhere fast, except maybe to the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, thank you all for joining us for this podcast. We appreciate your coming and learning from Mike and from other people's questions. And we hope you share our podcasts. We have a number of them. You can go to DriveSafeRideSafe.com/podcast to see any of them, or we also have it on a YouTube channel, as well as we send it out and subscribe if you email, if you want to subscribe to our email MailChimp platform. So with that said, I want to tell you to have a great day, and remember that we are
Drive Safe.
Ride Safe.
.com. Thanks again for coming with us. We did that so well too. All right. Have a good day.
Appreciate you guys.